My name is Stephane Davis. My business is CS Financial Services, Inc. I have a boutique accounting and tax practice. We specialize in working with medical offices, so we work with dentists, chiropractors, all those medical industries. We help work with them so that they can feed all of their back end, working with the various insurance companies so that everything flows through their accounting software and make sure that they get the right numbers so that they can grow. I did. I was a part of the first Bright Business Cohort, and I was very impressed with the cohort. We've done a lot of classes and we've done a lot of training, walked away with not a lot of information or just the same information you did. This was almost like we're getting an MBA program in about 4 to 6 weeks. It was very intense, but when you finished your class, you had actionable work that you could do and use for your business. Literally within the first 2 sessions, I was able to actually start applying what I had learned in my business. When I started thinking about the Bright Business model, I realized that if I wasn't going to put my energy into it, it was going to be just like everything else that we've done. We're exchanging money for time here. So if I'm going to invest my time, I need to invest it wisely. And I want my business to be successful. I'm trying to work on a exit strategy, so this is important. You don't have 2 times to get an exit strategy right. You have 1. So you want to make sure you're doing it properly. And the information I was getting was giving me that information, so I needed to put the time in and get it done. The time that it took was immediate. After the first session that we had, the information session, I realized this was a lot different from what we had been given in the past for a program. So I wanted to make sure that I was putting it in practice. So literally by session 2, I was on board at 1, but by 2 I had plans. I was already doing stuff. Okay, so the thoughts and concerns that I had with the program were time. Is it going to be useful of my time, or is this going to be just another, sounds good, a lot of fluff and frill, but when it really boils down to it, you're not getting anything for it. When I saw the book that our workbook that we were going to be using, and I'm a reader, I will read through the book before I start working on the book, and I read through it, I was like, okay, this is worthwhile, because it was very consistent. It followed through and everything made sense. Sometimes they just this here, and it's not cohesive. This was cohesive, well thought out, and it actually allowed you to follow through your thought processes. And I thought, okay, I can do this. This will work. The other thing that attracted me to the program was, one, that the actual City of Riverside was actually sponsoring the program. They're trying to revamp their downtown area. They're trying to do better, and they want businesses to do better, and that's the best way. You have to invest in the businesses. If you're only investing in the big businesses but not the small businesses, it kind of leads you to a thought that that's not who they want to be working with. But with them doing this for small businesses that are already established, trying to do better, that made me feel, it kind of gave me a good warm and fuzzy for it. Something that was a surprise or a plus for me was simply that quality of people, the quality of business owners that were actually involved in our cohort. Most of the class happened after the class. We would be in class for the 2 hours plus because we just didn't know how to be quiet, and we would keep going. But then we would leave the class, and the people who were really working on their business, who were trying to do the things, we would literally sit out and just, go over it and regurgitate the information and make sure we were putting it into practice and how we were going to put it into practice right then and there in our business. So it was very, very useful. We've made some very good connections and some very good friends because of this class. So some of the results that I've experienced after the class, some of the core things that were taking too long, trying to get my SOPs, my standard operating procedures done, finally got them completed. Got my marketing plan done. Like, those were the things that I hated, I don't like doing, but I still needed to get them done. So this kind of just forced me and made me realize that if you don't get it done, you're not going anywhere. And this is now your fault because you didn't want to do it. So it gave me accountability is what it did. It made me accountable for my actions. It made me accountable for accepting what needed to be done and then just getting it done. My business has grown. I came in with 4 clients and 2 that I was going to fire. And because of the class, I was able to get an additional 4, still fired the 2, and got better clients. So very good. Show up and make sure you're ready to do the work. It will make you grow, and you'll grow faster.